What is up, YouTube? I'm actually doing a book review so far of chapter 1 of Coulter's book, Godless, the Church of Liberalism. Basically, in this, I have a couple things highlighted that I want to read out of here, and it'll sort of tell you where I stand on things. The absence of divinity makes liberals' belief system no less religious. Liberals define religion as those who only those who believe, whose belief system subscribe to the notion of a divine being, in order to dismiss other religions as mere religion, and theirs is something greater. Shintoism and Buddhism have no creator God, and they are considered religions. Curiously, those are two of the most popular religions among leftists, at least until 9/11, when Islam became all the rage. Because of liberals' juridical religious beliefs, they won't allow us to save African Americans from dying in droves of malaria with DDT, because DDT might hurt the birds. Liberals are more upset when a tree is chopped down than when a child is aborted. I mention again, this was the Soviet Union. Soviet engineers couldn't make Jello. They'd show up at the World's Fair and stare at a flush toilet like it was a rocket ship. They'd show up. They turned half of Germany into an inefficient manufacturing center. Do you know how hard that is? It's like botching a train wreck. Of course, the Soviets screwed up nuclear power. They're talking about Chernobyl. That's what she was talking about here. This is talking about when Justice Thomas had to reverse the same appellate court twice. And basically making a statement that appellate courts do not have to rule the same way as Supreme Courts do, but it's kind of funny how they had to overturn the same court twice. This is a statement that I disagree with. I agree with Coulter's position on it. I disagree with the person she's quoting. Simon says recommending sexual abstinence to teenagers is wrong because it teaches that this one belief is the only proper one. Though it teaches responsibility and not getting pregnant before you can have a kid. Therefore, if you teach programs like that, we won't have so many abortions. Basically, the position of this that this book takes, and I agree with it, is that liberals, and keep in mind I'm a libertarian, but I'm a right-leaning libertarian, are hypocritical. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander in that case. It talks about murder cases where people weren't forced into confessions, but confessed before their Miranda rights were given, and cases were thrown out. And then we go into the argument of less jails and more programs, which was a belief that Bill Clinton had. And I used to subscribe to that until she pretty much wrecks it and talks about why we need jails and why we need to incarcerate criminals. She brings up a good point in this. What is the recidivism rate of an armed robber that's locked up? Like currently locked up. What's the recidivism rate? 0. Because they're locked up but can't get out to do anything. You have these people out running the streets playing basketball and midnight basketball programs like what Bill Clinton had. It's possible. It's when you commit crime, they're saying basically the Democrat position is the person feels low about themselves. They feel like they don't have any worth, or they're low self-esteem. Well, to be honest with you, I mean, you commit a crime. I really don't give a shit about your self-esteem. I do in a sense, still think of rehabilitation, but I don't think that that should be the main goal of the prison system. I used to, but not anymore. And this is chapter 1 of this book. Well, actually, chapters 1, 2, and 3. Well, 2, 1 and 2. After each chapter, I'm going to upload a review on this. So basically, the first 2 chapters that's what it's about. It's talking about why we should have prisons, why programs, democratic approaches to crime don't work. And he was also talking about how Bill Clinton adamantly opposed Mayor Giuliani. And I'm from New York, and I used to oppose Mayor Giuliani because I was a fan of Bill Clinton. And this book is basically tearing into what I believed about Bill Clinton and showing how it was false. And she also has a book that she wrote about Bill Clinton, which is on the way here. I also have a book by Michelle Malkin coming. Now, David, I know you're going to see this video. I still think that Coulter is much better. And looks better, too. But, Malkin wrote the book about Obama. And Coulter wrote her book about Bill Clinton. So, 2 presidents that I used to like. I used to like Obama. Again, I was a Democrat. I was a registered Democrat. I think now, I think I still am. Yeah, I'm still registered as a Democrat, but on this next upcoming election, I'm going to register as independent because I'm no longer a Democrat. I was a Democrat up until, I think, about 2 years ago. And now I'm independent. I'm Libertarian. But I'm Libertarian reading Republicans, and Michelle Malkin's a Tea Partier, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, essentially this book just goes into how and why we should punish crime more, and it shows the dishonest tactics of Democrats taking credit for Republican policies. I had no idea I was gonna do this video review until about 9 minutes ago. It took me about a minute to get the camera on and everything. Not a minute to get the camera on, but position it, get it on, get it to where it was in a good position, get some light, and then do all that. So anyway, I will be more thorough in my review of the 3rd chapter, but this is basically the essence of what chapter 1 and chapter 2 are. So I'm not going to bore you with keeping on and talking. I'm going to finish chapter 2, the last page and a half I have of it, and then read chapter 3 and put up a review. I don't know if I'll do it tonight, probably not, but I will finish chapter 3 within the next day. It's only pages. Chapter 1 or chapter 3 begins on 61 and ends on 78. Yeah, I could do that in a day. Could probably do that in a few hours. Actually, I could do that maybe an hour, and maybe in an hour or so, depending on how deep the stuff is. If I have to stop to look anything up or anything like that. Anyway, that's my chapter 1 and 2 book review of Godless, the Church of Liberalism by Ann Coulter. Stay tuned for more in this video series. Peace. Subbing comment below. Later.